Ring a bell or something.
What'd you say?
Ring a bell.
Ring a bell. Oh, I'm a bell. All right. So let's just begin by taking a couple of good, deep, cleansing breaths. Yum. And the mantra yum. 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 All right. And then just allow your awareness to rest gently into the rhythm of your breath. Let the rhythm of your breath be gentle and connected. See if you can even hear your breath. And what does it mean to become aware of your breath again? And what does it mean to you to become present? And what does the present moment feel like? Can you feel it? And can you bring your awareness back in through your third eye, that point between your eyes, in through there and back into the center of your brain? There's a part in there called the pineal gland, and it is the light gland. Breathe into that and see if you can instruct it to release the inner light. Instruct it, light. Release the light. There are light crystals in the pineal gland that can be activated with your attention. And I want you to acknowledge your inner teacher. However you may do that. Hi, how's it going? Hey, teach. Acknowledge your inner teacher. Let your inner teacher know that you want its guidance and you want its vision. Hey, teach. I'm here, I'm open, and I ask for your guidance and your vision. Teach me now and show me what you would have me see. Teach. And then wait with an open mind. Wait upon your inner teacher and breathe while you're waiting. Watch and listen. And when your ego tries to distract you, tell yourself again, nope, I'm waiting on my teacher. Nope, I'm waiting. I'm not idle. I'm waiting upon my teacher. And go ahead and ask your inner teacher, what is it that you want to show me or tell me right now? Beautiful, and then thank your teacher. Thank you. Thank you, inner teacher. Thank you for never abandoning me in my madness. Thank you for not abandoning me even when I would ignore you. Thank you for your eternal availability. And thank you for your unending compassion on me. Thank you for your patience with me. Don't forget to thank your teacher for saving your crazy butt all the time.
That's true.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you,
And
teacher, for
keep
my
it up.
crazy butt.
Thank you for saving my crazy butt all the time. All right, to that we say amen. Let's bring our
Amen.
awareness back to the room and back to your bodies. Your luscious, juicy bodies. Earl wanted me to remind you that your bodies are luscious and juicy. So whatever you do, tell them that. Because he was afraid that y'all might go a week without hearing that about your bodies. So now, today, we're going to talk about the cure. Dun dun dun. All right, so we are on lesson 140 in the workbook.
Earl has a couple books, like in them.
Yeah. Does anybody need a book? Would anybody like a book? Too? Yeah, read. Yeah, thank you, Sunshine. Thank you for being my lovely, lovely assistant today. Pop, pop. All right. Now the class will begin. Okay, so we're going to talk about what A Course in Miracles has to say about what cures things. What is a cure? Are there things that cannot be cured? And is it true that there's no order of difficulty in cures? Okay, so we're going to talk about what the Course has to say about that. All right, so the first thing I want you guys to do is bring to your awareness something that your ego tells you cannot be cured within you. Okay, so I'm going to just throw out a few for you just in case you don't have anything that you can think of. If you don't, I'll give you some of mine you can work on and tell me later. So we've got, what are the things your ego tells you? Well, yeah, I can cure a cold, but I can't cure that. Or I've been working on that one for years. I've been working on that one for years. And no matter what I do, it seems like it's still there. Anybody got a few of those now? Okay, now, we could be talking about addictions to substances. We could be talking about addiction to emotional states of being, like depression, anger, fear, guilt, anxiety, you know those, right? We also have addictions to emotional states of being, like anger, fear, depression, anxiety. Doesn't seem like an addiction, does it? But the truth is that it's serving a purpose that we've got to have. So is it an addiction to a substance? Is it an addiction to an emotional state? Is it an addiction, is it a physical condition that can't seem to get cured no matter what you do? Okay, so is it a financial condition that there seems to be no cure for no matter what you do? All right, so we're bringing to mind the thing that your ego tells you Yeah, I hear that there's no order of difficulty in miracles, but I've been applying the truth to this one for a long time and I still got it. So what's up? Okay, so we want to hear, so was everybody able to come up with something?
Oh, yeah.
Something, okay, all right, okay. All right, so we're gonna hear what the Course has to say about cures. Like cure meaning what? It's gone, never to come back. Cured, not just swept under the rug to take another form, right? Another form of sickness, so a cure. So as I'm going through this today, I want you to apply whatever you hear to that thing. The thing, right? Your special, the Course calls it your special sin. Oh, my special sin. Don't worry. I won't let any truth undo you. I'll apply the truth to everything but you. Oh, you're my sweet, special little sin. I'll apply the truth to everything else, but not you. Don't worry. Your sinfulness is safe with me. Yes, Chris.
What if you have more than one?
Well, then you are in good company. You are in good company.
Good answer.
Yeah, you are in good company, and the truth still applies to you. Okay, so I want you to apply whatever you hear today to your special sin, the thing you think can't be cured. And the Course says that that's your special sin. That's the one you want to keep. The Course says the thing that can't be cured, that's the one you want to keep. Right, so that's the one that is I want to keep. And why is it that I want to keep that one that can't be cured? Because it is still serving a purpose for me. I am still getting some juice out of it. Right? Now, when I get to the point where I can admit that, acknowledge that, and look at, well, what is the juice I'm getting out of that thing that I've been suffering with for years and years? When you start doing that process, that's what the Course says is the beginning of the cure. That's the beginning of the cure. All right? So, here's what it has to say about curing. It says, only salvation can be said to cure. Only salvation can be said to cure. Cure is a word that cannot be applied to any remedy the world accepts as beneficial. Damn, I just had to start off with that line.
Right?
Could you repeat that?
I will. Cure is a word that cannot be applied to any remedy the world accepts as beneficial. So what are the remedies the world accepts as beneficials? Pills, money, protective clothing, food, right? Changing circumstances, right? Going cold turkey. Remember that one?
Yeah. Never works.
The going cold turkey cure never works, does it? Okay. That's right. Just ask any addict or alcoholic. They'll tell you that even when this addiction is gone, what happens? It goes to another one. Now you got another one, right? Okay. Well, then that's special. Okay, so cure does not apply to any remedy the world accepts as beneficial at all. Okay, so we're going to have to hear about something totally different than what the world says, than how the world tells you to cure something. It says what the world perceives as therapeutic is only what will make the body, quote, better. Wow, that's all the world says. Oh, you got a problem? Here, this will make the body better. Here, take some of this. This will make the body better. Do this. This will make the body better. Don't do that. That'll make the body better. That's all the world has to say about what's therapeutic or what a cure is. Okay? Then it says, now when the world tries to heal the mind, then the world sees no separation from the body. The world sees no separation from the body where the world thinks the mind exists. So when the world goes, oh, you have a mental problem, you have anxiety, depression, guilt, anger, oh, poor dear, we'll give you something for the body. Right? We'll give you something for the body. Oh, you need to exercise more. Take this pill. Eat differently. Eat right. Right? do more positive things, right? So it's always something, when the world says, oh, you need to heal your mind, it focuses on the body. It doesn't see any separation between the mind and the body, okay? Then it says, the world's forms of healing thus must substitute illusion for illusion, or sickness for sickness. What does the world do? Substitutes one form of sickness for another form of sickness. That's what the world does.
Right.
In other words, one belief in sickness takes another form, and so the patient now sees or perceives themselves as well. Why? Because their illness, whether it was mental or physical, took another form. Oh, I'm all better. I'm all better. I still retain the belief in sickness and guilt, but I'm all better. Okay? So, that's how the world perceives healing. That's what's therapeutic to the world. Okay? So, and we've tried some of those, haven't we? All right. Now, but what we found out is that we're not healed. Well, all those things we tried, all those things we've tried, all those things we've tried, we are not healed. What happened is that we merely had a dream that we were sick. And in the dream, we found a magic formula to make us well. That's what happened. Yet what happened was that we have not awakened from the dream, which means our mind remains exactly as it was before. You take an external remedy, but you don't change your mind, guess what? What does he say? Your mind remains exactly as it was before. Sick. Interesting. He says that's what happened. He says, this person did not see the light that would awaken them, which means end their dream of sickness. And so what difference does the content of a dream or a sickness make in reality? Either one sleeps or is awake. Either one is sick or not. There is nothing in between. Wow. Okay. So, interesting. What is sickness? You get a dream. You're having a dream. It's interesting he calls sickness a dream. So instead of going, I don't feel very well, I'm sick today, we should be going, I am fast asleep, having a dream, I am dreaming. That's what we should be saying. So interesting that he describes sickness as a dream you hadn't awakened from. And that until awakening, waking up from your dream, until that happens, then all you're doing is sickness hopping. Hopping from one sickness to another, thinking that you found a cure. Wow, how interesting.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because as of late I have found that I've been having like some profound like holy instances, I guess you would call them, and then like clockwork, within a couple days I seem to get sick in my body.
Yes.
And so it's interesting that you put that perspective, because sometimes I have that perspective that I get sick and then I'm like, well, maybe that holy instant was the dream, and me being sick is the
real.
reality.
Exactly. It's really the opposite. It's the opposite. Yeah, the ego feels threatened when you wake up. You know, when you have what the Course calls awakening dreams. So Course says we don't go from sleeping straight to waking. We go from sleeping, meaning I'm a body, I'm sick, and something outside myself is going to make me better, aka dreaming. Okay? We go from that to I'm still dreaming, but now I'm having forgiving dreams. Okay? So you go, and a forgiving dream is, oh, maybe I'm doing this to myself. Maybe I'm doing this to myself, and I wonder where my grievance is. I wonder where the guilt is. I wonder what I'm feeling angry or guilty about right now. Maybe I'm doing this unto myself, and let me look for any grievances or guilt in there that I may still be harboring. And then let me bring that to Spirit for correction. And he says, now that's what the Course calls a forgiving dream. That's a forgiving dream. Now, from a forgiving dream, you wake easily. So That's the process of healing as the Course describes it. Okay, so here we go that that healing, the first thing we hear about healing is that to tell ourselves that my sickness is me dreaming. It's me dreaming. That's the first thing I want to tell myself about what I think can't be cured. This is my dream. This is my dream. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes in that process you have dreams where you think you're awake.
Yes.
But you're still dreaming.
It's exactly right. Exactly. Yeah. That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. So that's what he was saying earlier. Your whatever your current sickness is changes, it goes away, and then you think, oh, I'm awake now. Yeah. Only to then have another form of illness, whether it's mental, physical, psychic, emotional. We have all kinds of planetary, we got a planetary illness going on for sure, right? Mm-hmm. So we got psychic, emotional, physical, spiritual, and planetary. Well, then that's special. All right. So the first thing I want to tell myself is this thing that I tell myself or I feel like can't be cured is a dream, and I'm sleeping, and what I want to do is wake up. And what I want to do is wake up from this. So it's not how do I find something different and new to take or to do, but Spirit, help me to wake up from this. I want to wake up. I want to wake up. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right, so that's what the Course says about healing first. All right. Then it says, the happy dreams, all right. Come on. All right. The happy dreams that the truth brings. Oh, God, my ego does not want me to read this. I love it. You will not prevail, ego. The happy dreams, the ego. Very good. I love it. Watch the ego in action. Come to Anna's class. The happy dreams the Holy Spirit brings, or we could say the healing dreams the Holy Spirit brings are different from the dreaming of the world. What's the dreaming of the world? Where a person can merely dream they are awake. Now, just like you were saying, the dream's forgiveness lets the mind perceive, do not induce another form of sleep or sickness, which means so that the dreamer dreams another sickness. Okay, so we just heard about what is a healing. How does healing come? Okay, well, healing is another dream. Okay, so it's interesting. Sickness is a dream. Healing is also a dream, but it's a dream that has a different content to it. Okay, now why is healing also just a dream? Because in reality, you don't need healing. In reality, you can't even get sick. Your real self can't even get sick. Your real self can't even conceive of sickness, right? So I go from dreaming that sickness is real and can't be cured to dreaming that, hey, forgiveness, where do I need to forgive? Where do I need to forgive? What do I need to forgive? And then I wake up completely from there. Interesting. So healing is a dream too, right? Because the idea you need to be healed from something, that's a dream. Wow. Okay.
Well, the dream of healing. Okay, for instance, just an example. Say, say like an unhealthy diet or something like that that's giving you lots of sickness,
right,
or something like that, and then, the dream of, changing that, or just the fact that you have hunger to feed your body. That's still a dream. but that is a healing dream, because we have to sustain ourselves in order to
Maintain a body.
maintain a body, in order to have correct perception.
Right, to be here, to even have perception, you have to have a body.
It's correct
Right.
perception to feed yourself when you are hungry.
Right, okay, so
Right.
but you went from an unhealthy diet to hunger. So let's just start with the unhealthy diet. Okay, so let's say I recognize, that's what I'm working on today, that you recognize that the unhealthy diet is producing unhealthy, painful results, sickness results in the body. Okay, so maybe in this situation, the thing you think you can't cure is, I can't eat right. I know how to eat right, but I love sugar, and I love fat, and I love salt, and I love maybe some alcohol. And so that is, and you've tried to stop doing it. You've tried to stop doing it. You know it doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for you. It makes you sick. And you believe now that it can't be cured. So now we look at it like, okay, this perception, this need that I experience, this need that I have to eat what I know makes my body sick, that is my dream. That is my fear of awakening. That is how my fear of awakening takes form.
Wow.
It is a manifestation of my belief in sickness. My dream is that I believe in sickness. And according to the Course, the reason I believe in sickness, what does it mean to say I believe in sickness? It means I believe I can't cure this. And I believe I can't do the things that make my body and my life peaceful. I believe that my addiction to the foods that are poisonous to me can't be cured. I believe that it can't be cured. So applying that is realizing, okay, this is the manifestation of my belief in sickness. Right? Now, going deeper into the cause of this dream, belief in sickness is a dream. I am dreaming that sickness is real. Okay? And I'm dreaming that some sickness can't be cured. I am dreaming that my addiction to the things that make my body sick can't be cured. That's what I'm dreaming. And that's the dream that I want to waken from. Now, the belief in sickness that I think can't be cured, going even deeper, is I want to be sick.
There you go.
I want to be sick. I want my body to have the problems that come from a poor diet.
So I can die.
Right. So I can be sick. Right. Now that's a dream I would like to waken from.
Me too.
How about you?
Yeah.
Now, when I am willing to let Spirit teach me how to awaken from that dream, which means that desire, then when I wake up from that with the help of Holy Spirit,
Right.
Holy Spirit who goes, okay, let's take this to forgiveness. Remember, cure, healing dreams, what's the core of them? Forgiveness. So then your inner teacher, Spirit, goes, okay, all right, so you think your addiction to these foods can't be cured, right? Right, it can't be cured. You see that they're making you suffer, that's right. Okay, well, let's do a little looky-loo to see where your grievances and your guilt are relative to this. Okay, sure. Oops, time's up. I always all of a sudden get busy when Holy Spirit starts to get closer to the core of my dream that's making me sick, my dream of sickness. And then Holy Spirit goes, great, so tell me this. What is it that you believe you've done that makes you feel like you deserve to suffer. And I don't care whether that suffering is with emotional sickness or physical sickness or psychic sickness or whatever. Let's look at what is it you think, what is the crime that you think you have committed that you now deserve to pay and pay and pay for the rest of your life by being sick? Now, when you have allowed Holy Spirit to do that little looky-loo with you, and then identified that guilt that tells you that you're a criminal deserving of death and suffering, then Holy Spirit goes, great, I'm so glad we found that. Isn't that funny? Look at what it is you're telling yourself you've done. And once you look at it with Holy Spirit, you're like, what? I don't deserve to die for that. I didn't even know any better. Right? And then the Holy Spirit goes, great, that's right, now give it to me. Okay, here you go. Here's the guilt for what I did when I was 15 that I didn't even know I was doing. Right? Or whatever. Or the guilt for what I did last week. And then once the guilt has been corrected, guess what happens to that addiction? Guess what happens to the addiction that's keeping you sick? Guess what happens to the addiction that's keeping you wanting to be sick? Well, all of a sudden, you just have lost your desire for it. All of a sudden, oh, I just noticed I just don't have as much desire for sugar as I used to. How nice. Who knew? Wow, it's a miracle. Okay, you see how that goes? Okay.
So it's interesting because as you're saying this, I'm thinking about my special sin.
Yeah.
And as you're saying all this, my mind's going like, okay, well, I know this intellectually, and I know I have a good idea of what I think I did in the past and why I'm using my special sin of punch. I know that up here, but still it hasn't registered down here.
Right.
And it still continues not to register. So like a part of me is telling me, so then that shows that there's no hope for you. That you can't. That there is no cure
Oh,
for you.
there's no cure for you.
So
right.
is that part of my dream?
I would say so.
Okay.
Yes,
It better not be part of your reality,
Okay.
because then it'd be part of my reality, and I don't want that.
Me
Well,
neither.
because even as I'm saying it to you, like a part of me feels like it's just my reality.
Right. Well, here's what I've learned for myself about this healing process of the inventory and the forgiveness, is that the Course says that the Course says the separation, which is the detour into guilt, the separation from God, the detour into guilt and fear. He says it happened over a long period of time. I think he says like millions of years. He says, you know, the healing of that sometimes may take a little while too. So it's like it goes in layers, you know. So the whole like, oh, I applied the truth to that, and I still have my addiction, and I still have my sickness, truth, right, is a mistake. You know, just like you developed your guilty self-concepts over a lifetime, maybe more lifetimes if you believe in that. You know, it may take a little while to give up the guilt and to go, you know, it can't be true. Oh, it's not even serving me. Even if it was true, it's not helping anything. All right. It may take a while. So, you know, and then as I always tell you, infinite patience produces immediate effects. So when you go about allowing Holy Spirit to give you a healing dream, then remember to be patient with yourself, infinitely patient. And even if you don't allow it, your cure completely in that moment, your infinite patience within yourself or for yourself will enable you to have some fantastic results. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your brain is so wired
Yes.
to like that dopamine
Yes.
response or whatever, and then you change the thought,
Mm-hmm.
and then it has no essence anymore.
That's exactly
And-
right.
And would
so-
you say, would you say you're dealing with genetic memory and
Yeah.
memories of
Soul memories,
cultural,
soul guilt.
cultural
We
devolution.
got a lot of guilt.
Yeah.
I mean, think
Yeah.
about it. Our guilt is like not only our lifetime built up, but genetic, DNA, cultural, planetary. Look, this is the guilt planet, okay? You don't get here unless you got loads of guilt. Now, that doesn't mean it's real. It has never been real. It never will be real. It's a dream. But this is the planet where we're all having a dream of guilt. We're all collectively asleep and dreaming guilt. Oh, I could do something. I have done something to change eternal love. I've done something to change eternal love, and now I'm not worthy of love. That's guilt. And we're all dreaming it. And we're all dreaming it, and it is sickness. That is sickness. Now, our sickness takes different forms, but that's it. All of our sickness is guilt. And it is the punishment, the sickness is the punishment that we believe we deserve because we think that we have changed eternal love by our actions, by our fear, by our anger, right? And it's just a dream. It's just a dream. And so notice how the Course in Miracles isn't like, oh, when you have illness, go take a pill, go work out more. You should eat better. You should exercise more, right? So it goes first into your mind. It goes first into your mind and goes, let's go back into your mind. What is it that your ego tells you you have done that makes you deserving of suffering in the form of being addicted to things that make you sick? Whether it's mental states that make you sick, depression, anxiety, guilt, fear, anger, that'll make you sick just as quick as a virus, right? Or, it's also, guilt is also the thing that makes you not be able to say no to certain foods. For me, that's sugar. Rah. Must have now, must have now, must have now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Fly larva.
I just wanted to say
Yes.
that just for myself. So instead of putting the energy and trying to make another dream to
Right.
fix it,
That's right.
put the energy and time into myself.
Exactly. And to waking up from the dream. Right. Having a dream of sickness. I believe in sickness. And I believe in sickness because I feel guilty. And so let me ask my internal teacher, please look at this guilt that I feel. Look at it. Take it from me. Let me not let me not see it as a sign of sin or death. And please help me not to use it as an obstacle to peace. And please let me not use it as an invitation to death. But here, Holy Spirit, you take this guilt and you use it to bring the healing to the planet. Take it from me. Look upon it. Correct it. And then use it for the good of all. Now, that is the healing of sickness, whatever form it takes.
I missed the use what for the good of all?
Use it. Like, whatever guilt you give to Spirit, Spirit goes, thank you, transforms it, and then gives it as healing blessings to the world. People you never even met, never known exist. So that's what Holy Spirit does with our junk, or with our garbage. Holy Spirit is the ultimate recycling specialist. He takes crap and turns it into healing for the planet. Now, hey, how could you do better than that? I mean, how could we better use our time than looking for our guilt, our fear within our minds, and quickly as possible bring it to Spirit? I mean, what better use of our time could we have than that? Instead of using our time to go put ourselves to sleep to what's within. Putting yourself to sleep is putting your attention on that which is outside of you instead of what's happening within you. So like when I want to sleep, I watch TV. I put my attention on other people's mistakes, other people's errors, other people's egos, TV, whatever. It's a whole world of distraction. Wow. This planet we wanted to have an entire planet of distractions. We did a pretty good job, didn't we?
Oh, we did.
Genius.
Masters at it.
If our purpose was distraction from what was within us, then our creation is a genius one. Because and the Course says that's what the world was made for, as a distraction, a grand distraction from what is happening within me. Who am I? Right? What is within me? Right? So, all right, let's do one more paragraph and then we'll close up. So, okay, so the happy dreams that the Holy Spirit brings, and let's say that again, the healing dreams that truth brings.